Right, so first things first, I'll apologise for the dreadful sound quality in this video, but it's what I've got to deal with, so you'll just have to put up with that. This is going to be a relatively quick video on how to begin taking your inspiration and themes into the design of a product. Now, products don't matter too much at the moment, so we'll come to that. Now, unlike sculpture, the 3D design of products is functional. It's functional use. It requires a high level of usability. So, it's a bit more difficult at times to translate your ideas to the consumer than sculpture. Now, to help with this, I'm going to show you some of the methods I use in designing and give you a few examples on developing your work. Now, a couple of the more useful things is a doodle page. I like to use a big old bit of scrap paper or anything I have to hand. I use post-its, back of receipts, anything, but for the purposes today, got a nice big scrap paper. As materials, I've got a box full of random stuff. And in terms of the actual drawing, I'm not looking for nice, neat, finished things. These are initial scribbles and ideas that you're getting down. I use a selection of old pens and a box full of wonderful joys of old pencils and bits of crayon and even occasionally lipstick. Don't ask. So, I'm just going to get my ideas down of what I think about my journey to work, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Whilst I'm scribbling away in the background, I thought it would be a good idea to mention the importance of this process and why is it useful. Now, all products go through an enormous amount of design before a prototype is even made. Good ideas do not journey from initial thoughts to final design instantly. So whilst this sounds like it makes the process even longer, what it really does is give you the opportunity to change your ideas 1,000 times, and as this unit is only about designing, spending plenty of time doing doodles like this and developing those doodles further is important. And if you have followed my advice on not making, refinements to these early stages, you'll get a lot more done very. So after a few minutes of mucking about and doodling and just scribbling with pens, pencils and crayons and things, I immediately start to make connections, just with these free doodles, not worrying too much about the actual quality of what you're doing and just playing with colour and form and seeing what repetition you have. I come across, 3 types of shapes that have similar forms. So, got the coffee plunger, which I thought looked a bit like a mushroom. And then the top of my top of my little radio, the little aerial looks a bit like a mushroom. And then my earphones starting to look a bit like mushrooms as well. So I made those connections, which then can allow me to move on to the next step. So now, with a theme that I've recognised is and has come up several times, I'm going to put just a little bit of development into that theme and that idea. Not too much, because you don't want to spend too long again doing really refined, neat drawings at this point, because you're just in the idea stage. So I'll start to take my little mushrooms, as I'm calling them, and start developing them into a product. And for the sake of the argument, I've chosen the chair as an option, rather than the bee house or the jewellery box, because I think that'll have more standing in the design of a chair. So let's see what I can come up with. So now I've had a play with an idea and come up with a couple of few things, sort of telescopic leg ideas, keeping the little mushroom foot always in place. Played with the idea of a back and what kind of backs I could do, and as if you noticed, the theme is these are not good drawings, but right now they don't need to be. They don't need to be good, they just need to be quick. They need to show my idea and show the development. And that's all we need from them. We don't need them to be too detailed. So that's sort of the first two steps of designing, and I hope this has been somewhat useful. After the things that we've covered here today, I thought it would be best to mention what we'll be covering and looking at in the next stages, which is design multiplication. So this is where you take these designs, these very basic designs that you've developed from these doodle ideas, and turn them into a larger number of design ideas. So again, this is all very quick, very rapid drawings to get down. There's very little refinement here. This is just about communicating the differences that you could make in the designs. But I hope all of this so far has been somewhat useful, and hopefully the next section will be available soon.